But that's not the point. The point is, shouldn't we feel hurt when we discover that we missed out on so many great opportunities? Look at this example of Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma. This is Amir, the son of the famous companion Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas. He says, we were sitting with Ibn Umar, and then Khabbab appears and he says, Ya Abdullah ibn Umar, didn't you hear what Abu Hurairah says? The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever leaves with a janazah from its home and prays over it and then follows it until burial will have 2 qirats of reward, 2 measures of reward. Each qirat is the size of the mountain of Uhud. So whoever follows the janazah, does the prayer and then follows it until the burial, he will have 2 huge rewards the size of the mountain of Uhud. Each one the size of the mountain of Uhud. And whoever prays over it, then he returns, he doesn't go to the cemetery, will have the reward as much as 1 qirat, as much as Uhud. So now Ibn Umar hears this, and Abdullah ibn Umar used to pray over the janazah and not follow it to the graveyard. So then he hears that Abu Hurairah said, the Prophet ﷺ says, if you follow it, you get 2 qirats. So now he wants to confirm this information. So he sent Khabbab to a scholar to ask. He sent Khabbab to Aisha radiallahu anha to ask if this is true, if she's heard this or not. And then he's waiting for Khabbab to come back with the answer. This is the part. He takes some pebbles in his hand and he's just playing with these pebbles, like as if he's nervous, can't wait to hear the result of what Khabbab is going to tell him. And then Khabbab radiallahu anhu comes back and he says, Aisha says, Sadaqa Abu Hurairah. Aisha says, Abu Hurairah has spoken the truth. So now Ibn Umar discovers that he was missing out on an opportunity of getting another mountain of Uhud size of rewards. So he took the pebbles and he threw them to the ground. He says, لَقَدْ فَرَّطْنَا فِي قَرَارِيتَ كَثِيرًا. He said, we have lost so many qirats because I didn't follow it to the burial. The point is that it hurt him to know that he missed out on so much reward. Just like the dua now of eating after you finish a meal. You get your past sins forgiven. A person should be hurt. How many meals have I missed this opportunity? That should hurt. I'll tell you something. I purposely, when I mentioned this hadith in the lectures, I wouldn't mention the dua, just to see how many people, after the lecture of why don't we apply what we learned, cares and comes and says, what is that dua? And usually, from a room of 200 plus people, typically one person will come and say, what was that dua after eating? From a room of 200, one person will come and say, what is the dua? I want to know it so I can use it. It happens every time. And not just America, Malaysia, everywhere. Same, one person usually will, or one sister will come and say, what was that dua? Some people, they only want to do the wajibat, the obligatory actions, and not the mustahabbat, the extra deeds of reward. So as if they're not in need of reward. And you find someone when they first start to practice, they only pray with a sutra in front of them. They pray all the sunan after the salawat. They only sit down to drink. And then they leave all that. And then when you ask them what happened, they tell you there are more important things. But the question is, why are we frugal with our extra deeds? Again, if we compare it to money, you have your salary. But if you do this, you'll get more in your paycheck. If you work this hour or this weekend or this holiday or this many extra hours, you'll get this much more. And then people will go above and beyond to get more pay. Why are we frugal when it comes to good deeds?